Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Acadex Chemistry mini-series Down Bath. In this episode, we would be tackling chemical reactions. What are chemical reactions, you may say? Well, it is a process in which one or more substances, called the reactants, are converted to one or more different substances. This is now called the products. In today's experiment, we would be observing the reaction between an aluminum can and the heat from a candle. But before we jump into that, let's identify first the materials that we will be using for today's experiment. Aluminum is remarkable for being lightweight, resistant to oxidation, and its strength. Aluminum is used to store materials and prevent some coatings that are unable to adhere properly due to surface oxidation. The next is the candle. To be more specific, the flame from the candle. Flames are formed at a specific point in the reaction that is referred to as the ignition point. Flames emit heat and light because the chemical reaction that produces fire is exothermic. Now with the materials recognized, let us move on to the next step. Before starting the experiment, let us follow the rules and safety precautions to avoid any unwanted injuries. Make sure that you are wearing the appropriate attire. This includes gloves, lab coat, mask, and eye protection. The next is that the metal can should be emptied and cleaned to avoid any unwanted reactions. And lastly, have a parent or guardian to assist you in conducting the experiment, especially when handling fire. Now, with that in mind, I think we are all set to begin this easy and simple experiment. First, we light the candle. Next, hold the can in the center of the flame for about 30 seconds or until you see black spots forming in the can. But wait, you must hold the can or at an angle away from you to avoid getting yourself torched by the flame. Once the experiment ends, let the aluminum can cool. Blow out the candle, clean the materials used for the experiment, and properly dispose of the waste. As you may have noticed during the experiment, the chemical reaction that occurred is a combustion reaction. The black spots formed are called soot forms. Soot forms are a result of incomplete combustion. As the candle burns at a low temperature, there is a slightly reduced supply of oxygen as it travels. Additionally, reactive molecules develop and bond to other hydrocarbons fast. The reaction produces the seed of a soot particle, but the process is not yet complete. Reactive molecules are formed as a result of the binding. These reactive components react with other hydrocarbons, causing the soot particle to expand in size. Now with the experiment finished, let us talk about the principles. Here, flashed on the screen, is the balanced chemical equation of the result of the experiment. With that, we wrapped up today's episode. But wait, before you go, here is a sample problem for you. Try it and have fun solving. And I will be seeing you next time. Thank you and goodbye.